So this is my third year as the College and Career Readiness Counselor. We spent some time trying to figure out what our students needed, created a curriculum, and then started a new partnership with the Work Readiness Initiative through the Claremont County Chamber of Commerce. So we have basically 3 new programs that we're offering to Milford students that are brand new and that Work Readiness has helped us with. The first one is our mentorship program. So we have individuals from the community who come in and they meet with our students on a regular basis, usually twice a month, and they start working through some career readiness aspects of that student's plan. So they'll help them with resume writing, they'll practice interviewing skills, they'll talk about their career plan, help them kind of figure out what their next steps are. We also have our leadership program, and that is new. We've just finished up our second round of Lead Ready, and that is an incredible program for our students.
The first class in the county was at Milford High School. That program had 11 students, selected students, most of whom were seniors. The second class that just commenced to lead, they just graduated, went through seven classes, most of which were during the summer, this past summer, where they learned these 5 practices of exemplary leadership. They did in-class exercises to help them learn about this leadership, what works, what doesn't work, what are the behaviors under these proven practices. And then they, like all the other programs, have to fulfill the promise. So what is it that you're going to do with these leadership skills? So part of what they're going to do is they're going to take these behaviors back into the clubs that they're already a part of. Part of it is a request for an ambassador program. And so these leaders, these student leaders, developed an ambassador program that has 2 components to it. It has a mentoring down component, which has 2 parts. So for those students that come into Milford High School, say in 10th year as a sophomore, come from outside, is that we would have mentors that could work with them and help them acclimate into Milford. The second part of that mentoring program is mentoring incoming freshmen. And so each member of this class said, we remember what it was like coming in as a freshman and having a lot of questions and a lot of things that we didn't know and wanted to find out. And though we get help from adults and appreciate that, it is really helpful to have a peer of ours or somebody that's a year or 2 or 3 ahead that can help us answer questions. So a second component of the promise that this student leadership class made a commitment to was to a career fair, career activities, college and career help. And so they've put together a college and career day, and they call it IFs. And to quote them, they said, you know, when we're juniors and seniors, there's a lot of ifs. If I go to college, if I go to a career, if I take this course, if I do this, if I need to do that. And so their idea was to create an IFs day that's interactive, experiential, interesting, and fun. Those were words that they used. And so overall, these student leaders have really picked up the baton of leadership. Leadership is about influence, and they're looking to influence the students that come behind them. They're looking to give. We heard a quote from Winston Churchill that life was about giving, and what they've put together is a program that gives for classes to come and hopefully for generations to come.
Through Lead Ready, it definitely strengthened the characteristics that a leader needs to possess to be successful, and it definitely showed me what was important and what the values are and how to be a good leader and how to think about everything when you're making decisions instead of just one definite solution, thinking of what the limitations and implications are of that decision.
Work Readiness is helping out with internships and with job shadowing. So they have helped me make connections in the community with a few businesses. We work with Siemens, we work with Likens and Mercy Health. We have students who actually get to go into those businesses. They leave Milford, they go into those businesses and learn about the careers that exist with those companies.
Likens has been involved in internships for the last couple of years. We've had high schools in and we've had colleges come in, and we do a variety of different opportunities. So we have marketing, HR, petroleum engineering, accounting, various different departments within the company, and some of them work 20 hours, some of them do more, some of them are summer intern, and then we've also hired some of the interns that come in after they've worked for us a period of time. We actually have 3 or 4 employees today that started off in interns that are currently working for Lycan.
And so some of the projects we've done, one day I just had stuffing letters. It's just an easy mailing. But then other things that are more, where I'm more integrated into the learning environment consist of, like, I'm working on a project throughout my internship here where I design a marketing campaign, and the company Lycans is going to try to incorporate that into their strategy. And I think it's really cool because it teaches me, not only to be able to be responsible for what I'm working on, having a plan, but also it teaches me, like, I learn what works best for a company in terms of marketing and business, and it's a really good experience for that.
Siemens and SDRC have a long history interacting with the Milford school system, and over the years we've done a variety of things, and we were trying to come up with a solution that would allow more students to come in and experience what the work environment is like. We came up with a solution a couple of years ago to allow students to come in once a week for an hour or two, and we call it Topics in Engineering. And so they come through the school year, and we have either myself or some of my colleagues from a variety of responsibilities bring up different topics in engineering, things that we have worked on, projects that we've done, training them a little bit in software design, software development, helping them to understand what that's about.
I definitely think this internship is really preparing me, because I know for a fact that at the end of this internship, I'm really going to know what it's like to be in an actual engineering field and not just have, like, the idea of what it's going to be like. I'm actually going to experience being an engineer, which I think is absolutely amazing.
I've had students who have decided, yes, absolutely, after going through this program, this is what I'm doing. And I've also had students who said, this really wasn't for me, but it's the learning experience that's most important. So regardless of what they decide, we're just happy that they've had that experience, and Work Readiness is helping us make those connections to improve those programs.